different but related concepts. First, the psychological. Second, the intellectual. And third, the physical. The psychological involves the understanding and the acknowledgement of the many threats that exist. It is very difficult for people to accept that they can become a victim of a violent crime. Failure to accept this truth is the very barrier and must be overcome. Next is the intellectual. We are not talking about IQ here. What we mean is street smarts. This is what makes the criminal so dangerous. We need to be street smart in order to know who, what, where, and when a criminal may strike. The last is the physical aspect. You must develop the appropriate self-defense capability for any situation. Though it may sound a bit brutal or primitive, and some may actually view the martial arts as violent in itself, however, this is a misconception. Dr. Protection will touch on it later on in the seminar. Some of the principles are actually quite sophisticated. Some include combative fitness, execution of technique, combative attributes, strike and target strategies, and kinesthetics. You do not have to be a master to reach a level of proficiency necessary to defend yourself properly and effectively. What you do need is Dr. Protection's personal protection system, T.N.T. Welcome to the Tears and Tissues for Women's Issues Self-Protection Lecture Series. I would like to present tonight's host and founder, Dr. Heimlich, who is a member of the National Association of Professional Martial Artists. He is a four-time Hall of Fame inductee and champion competitor. In 2010, he was presented with the Silver 25-Year Lifetime Achievement Award and presented by actor and martial arts professionals Michael Jai White and Don the Dragon Wilson. He is a Kyoshi 7th degree black belt, a former police officer. He is an author, motivator, and speaker, as well as professional, master-level instructor. He is an innovator and inspirational leader, a certified fitness instructor and personal trainer. He is the founder of Heimlich Karate Systems and the creator of Dr. Protection and the Dr. Protection Personal Development and Personal Protection Safety Center. He has done countless seminars, workshops, and live demonstrations. He has taught thousands of students, and in doing so, has saved some of those students' lives. Let's all give a warm welcome to Dr. Heimlich, better known as Dr. Protection.
You guys are so nervous. Move on. Alright, you guys can move on. Right to the outside. Good. And you guys can spread out. Alright. I hope the introduction was just fun. Actually, thanks for being here. And this is the T.N.T. Women's Self-Defense Seminar Series. We did a lecture about a month ago at the library, which touched on a lot of stuff that we're going to do today, except the fact that it was more of a lecture series. This is more of a hands-on. So you're actually going to be doing self-defense techniques there. You'll be learning how to get away from an attacker. You'll be learning 5 choices that you have in any tactical situation. You probably have a lot of questions about that. It's okay. Make sure you see me about it. You have 5 choices. We'll go over the 5 choices as we go through the seminar. You guys have any questions? At this point, if you have any questions, raise your hand and come around. If these guys can't help you, I'll help you. As you know, these guys are students of mine, and they just got their orange belts a little while back. We're going to have a little celebration for them today as well. At the end of the seminar, you'll be certified. You're going to get a certification for level 1 self-defense certification. There's 5 levels. Once you achieve 5 levels, then you can actually go out and you can actually teach some of this stuff on your own, and you can charge for it. So you can actually make a little bit of money off of that as well. And for me, so you just let me know you want to do it, we'll set it up, we'll help you guys out. If you want to go that route, you don't have to. But with the 5 different series that you have, you're going to be learning different techniques, and they'll get a little bit more complex as we go. So we're going to start off today with very minimal complexity. Okay, we're going to make it as simple make sure you're in your class full, okay? Because a lot of what is said, we only take in about 20% of everything that's said to us. So I want you to really get as much knowledge today as you can get. Once we get going, we're going to actually do techniques, all right? So again, a lot of times when we're growing up, we're taught not to touch other people, stay away from people, you know, it's wrong to do this, and you know, how you doing, and we're uncomfortable touching people, so come on here with me. So, you know, you're uncomfortable just grabbing someone, actually grabbing them. But, I'm going to tell you something today, real important. Try not to be too relaxed with that, alright? Like I said, open your mind with fears. You're going to have to grab one. If you don't grab one, you're not doing the person justice. Does that make sense? Because out the street, the guy grabs your arm, he means it. So if you come in here and you're like this, get out of it, and she just goes like that, then we're not learning anything. Make sense? Alright, so you're really going to have to, she gets a little red, it's okay. So you got to grab one, you got to get out of it. Alright, so you got to do a technique, okay? So what we'll do is we'll pair you guys off. You two guys can work together, you two guys can work together, and these two guys will go around and work with you guys, and we'll split off, and I'll help you guys out. So before we get started, and it's also in self-defense, there's a lot of different parts of self-defense. You really can't defend yourself if you don't have your full mindset. So it's not just a physical thing, it's a mental thing as well. As Jamie was touching on earlier with her introduction, there's a lot to be said about